Hello everyone, welcome to another pre-algebra with Professor V. So today we're actually going to find the prime factorization of each number. So this one always gets me excited. I love this stuff. So we're going to start off with 84, okay? Now 84, we have a lot of choices here. If we think back to our divisibility test, right? 84 is divisible by 2, right? 8 plus 4 is what? 12, so we know it's divisible by 3. Since it's divisible by 2 and 3, we know it's divisible by 6, right? But 5 and 10, yeah, that's not going to work, right? So when we're thinking of prime factorization, we really are just thinking of breaking it into the trees. There's another way, but I've always just liked the trees, okay? So we could put 2, 3, or 6 here, right? 6 is a little bit hard to see for me, but let's try it, okay? Okay, well, let me erase this because I probably need the room. So now that I found that it's a factor, right? 6 is the factor. We just got to think how many 6's fit into 84. And that's what would have made 2 easier. 2 would have been 42, right? But anyway, let's go ahead and chop it down quick. So this is once, that's 6, that'll be 24. So that's 14. And I'll explain what this tree means now. So we know it's 14 now. So what does this tree mean? This tree means that 6 times 14 is 84. It means 84 dividing by 6 is 14. And it also means 84 dividing 14 is 6, right? But now we got a question, well, is 14 and 6 prime? No, right? They're even. The only even prime number we have is 2, so I'm sure we could break down 2, right? I mean 6. And we're going to break down 6 by 2 times 3, right? Now 2 and 3 I believe are prime because I can't simplify them anymore other than 2 times 1. But that's silly, right? When you're really thinking of this tree, we're breaking numbers down into their smaller components, right? So if we end up with 2 times 1 is 2, well, we're just in this endless loop, right? We'll just end up with 2 and 1 and 2 and 1. And the branches will never end. So that's kind of how we figure out something's prime with the tree. And that'll happen with 3 as well, right? So 2 and 3 are going to be my primes so far. Now 14, again, we have an even number, right? It ends in 4, so I can use 2 right away. But now I need to think 2 times 1 is 14. Oh yeah, that's 7. That's on my multiplication chart. And 7, I got a question, well, is this one prime, right? Well, 7 times 1, right? I can't think of anything else, so it's just going to be 7 and 1, 7 and 1. So yes, 7 is going to be prime. Now what does this mean? What do all these little bubbles mean? What's the point of all this, right? Well, we can use these to simplify fractions later, like I've claimed, you know. We'll get there. We'll get there. I will keep posting videos and I will show y'all. Um, what it does mean for now, right, is 84 is equal to 2 times 3 times 2 times 7. And you might not believe this, right? So let's go ahead and remultiply. So that's 6. That's 14. Now what's 6 times 14? 84, right? 6 times 4, 24. Carry the 2. 6 times 1, 6. Plus 2, 7, 8. So 84. So this is why we do the prime factorization, alright? Now that's the proof, so I'm going to go ahead and get rid of it because they're not necessarily asking us to do that. So now what about 165? Well, 165, I see it ending in 5, so I know from my divisibility test I can use 5 here, right? But how many times does it fit in is the trickier part, so I will have to divide. You know, that's 3 times, that's 15. Bring down the 1, well, bring down the 5, right? So that'll be 3 again. So 33 times 5 is going to be 15. Or is 165, sorry. But now what, right? So I know 5 is prime. I can't break that down any further, right? But 33, well, I already know 3 plus 3 is 6. Well, 6 is a factor of 3, so I could divide this by 3. But, you know, hopefully you could see this one. It's just 11, right? But if not, we could do 3 into 33. Fits in once. Fits in once, right? So it's 11. And 11 is a prime number. You cannot break down 11 any further. So 5 times 3 times 11 is 165. Alright? So off to the next one. And don't get scared of the big numbers. Don't get freaked out. It's just an extra digit. We are not going to freak out over this. Especially when they give us a 0 in the ones position, okay? We can't ask for anything better than a 0 in the ones place value. Because what that means is it's divisible by 10, right? And that'll be 35. Because 35 times 1 is 35. Add a 0. It really is that easy. Multiplying by tens is super easy. If I gave you 35 $10 bills, you'd have $350. Now 10 is even, right? 10 ends in 0, so we could use 5 or 2. But now 2 times what is 10? Well, that's going to be 5, right? So these are our prime factors so far. 2 and 5. Now 35 ends in 5, right? And I believe 35 is on our multiplication chart. If I remember correctly, it should be 7. So 5 and 7 are both prime too, okay? So 2 times 5 times 5 times 7 is 350. This will seem very abstract at the moment, but I promise you, when we get to fractions and you see me doing this stuff, I hope it'll make more sense. But till then, just sit tight. So 572. So this one's a monster, right? We could do 2 right away. I know we could do 2, but let's go ahead and check 3. So to check 3, that's 5 plus 7 plus 2. So it's going to be 9, 14. So this is not a factor of 3. So we can't use 6, unfortunately. So the only one my brain can see is 2. But now we have to see how many times, right, it fits into all this stuff. So it fits in twice, that's 4. 1, 17, that'll be 8, right, because it's 16. 12, so 286. And don't freak out, because look at that. We have a 6, so we know it's divisible by 2 again. Right? Now how many 2's fit into 286? 143? You might say, how did I do that so fast? Well, what's half of 2? 1. What's half of 8? 4. What's half of 6? 3. Right? So, but if you don't believe me, we'll go ahead and divide again. I might have to erase this because I'm running out of room. So bear with me for just a minute. I don't see my window with the eraser size. Great. Okay, so it's going to be a small eraser that I'm erasing with, but alright. Maybe, you know what, I'll just pull this over here. So 2 to 286. 1, right, fits in twice. Bring down the 8, it's 4, right? 4 times 2 is 8. Bring down the 6, 3. So 143. Now, can we break down 143? Let's see. That'll be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So it's not divisible by 3, not divisible by 2. It's not divisible by 5 or 10. So the only other ones we need to check are 7, but 7 won't work here. It's almost 12, huh? Almost, but that'd be 144. Um, so 7, 11 didn't work. Would 13 work? Let's see. Yeah, I think it's going to be 13. So let's go ahead and check that. So 13 into 143. You might ask, how in the heck did you get to 13, right? Well, I started thinking of my primes, right? So I know I checked for 2, 3, 6, 5, and 10. So I didn't check for 7, right? But 7 will fit in twice, right? You get 14 and then a 3 hanging. So 7 doesn't fit into 3. I tried 11, but I know 11 won't fit in as well because 11 into 14 will give us, oh, I think 11 is the way to go. All right. Yeah, yeah, it will be divisible by 11. So maybe the 13's right. Maybe. Oh, you know what? It's probably 13 times 11. That's great. So 11 will fit in once, right? And you might ask how I knew this. Well, just by practicing a lot, right? I knew 11 minus 14 would give me a 3, and if I drop down to 3, well, I know 33, right? 11, 22, 33, 44. So it will fit in 3 times, so that's funny. So it is going to be 13. So it's 11 on one branch and 13 on the other. Now these are prime. So this one's probably the trickiest one. But don't freak out. If you can do some of these harder ones, it's okay. Stick with the basic ones. And, it's a little bit trickier when we're not given 0 in the ones position, right? When we're given 0 in the ones position, we can break things down by 10 super quick and chop a number down like nothing. When it's something like 572, well, it takes a little bit more of a process, right? So you got to take it slow. After the divisibility test, you check your different factors, 7, 11, right? Maybe one of these prime factors here will break it down. So I hope this video was helpful. If you guys would like to see more of this, definitely comment down below. Like and subscribe so that way you guys are caught up with all the videos that are coming out. And definitely comment below if you also are struggling with other parts of math, right? I started teaching this types of math, and this started helping me with all my, college physics and whatnot, because there was a lot of steps in my foundation I was missing. But anyways, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next video.